at Scaredycast 3. Hope you guys all got your special bracelets. We still have a couple back there from local Lost Boys. But before we bring out our guests,
nerds,
we got to talk about and thank our local sponsors. So,
Value Sesh. With the best Delta 9 THC gummies, go to valuesesh.com and use code SCAREDY to save.
Now, Brian, what's your favorite Value Sesh?
Yes.
I really like the honey sticks. If you haven't had any, we do have some still. Kelsey, do you like any Value Sesh?
Hi, I'm Kelsey.
Sorry, we didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Tony with Scaredycast.
Brian, yeah, that's me.
Hi, I'm Kelsey.
For our next sponsor, dress for spooky party with Fright Rags. Go to fright-rags.com. Use code SCAREDY10. You can get a cool shirt like mine, Ghostbusters, or cool socks like Brian's here, Jaws.
Yeah, practice.
For the best barbecue in Arizona, go to Cave Creek The best barbecue in Arizona is in Cave Creek at Crying Coyote Barbecue. If you're in Arizona, head on up.
And lastly, we got to thank the amazing Phobia Productions.
Woo!
Yeah, that's right. Phobia Productions present Die Laughing. What happens when clowns survive the apocalypse? Would you like to find out, or will you die laughing? Ladies and gentlemen, please come inside.
That's what she said.
October 31st and November 1st at the Rodeo Grounds in Williams. Tickets on sale now at phobia1.com for info and tickets.
And Kelsey, do you want to announce our special guest for today?
And for our special guest on today's pod, we have Nathan Baesel from Behind the Mask.
Woo! And
David Stieve.
And David Stieve.
Now it's time for the much less interesting, less attractive.
I was kind of liking our stunt doubles being up
Please.
here.
Oh, this is all like, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait a second.
Oh,
Wait a
jeez.
second. No, you guys are sharing.
Oh, yeah, we're sharing.
Hold on.
You know what I love though is that was like not even planned. The fact that they just all dressed up and like looked like us, it was perfect. What? You just noticed something.
Yeah, what the hell kind of food we got? There's pizza over there?
Shout
I
out
think
shout out
Hold
to
on,
my
we need
mom and dad because they went to Pizza Hut and they
this-
got pasta, breadsticks, 2 pizzas, some soda. So hell yeah! Thanks, mom and
We're
dad.
untangling. We're untangling over here. We're
Yeah.
tangling.
So feel free to get. There's like chips. Looks like some soda. I don't know if we have any cups though, but there's some Pepsi and Coke and Sprite and all sorts of snacks.
No Pepsi. Sorry. For all the Pepsi lovers out there. But first and
There's
foremost.
2 liters of Pepsi, Kels.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
So
Sorry.
next time.
I didn't.
Hi, I'm Kelsey.
I didn't buy it, so I didn't see it. Okay. Our not versions of ourselves did an amazing introduction, but first and foremost, before we even get started, give a huge round of applause for Evil Izzy's Haunted Emporium. Let's go. Absolutely amazing.
The
I mean,
goat.
year-round, absolutely incredible costumes. They have incredible events all the time, incredible people. And you know what? I
What?
love them.
I
I
do
love
too.
them so much. We would not have this amazing community without them. So please, Cynthia, Jeremy, and Izzy herself, please, one more round of applause. Thank you.
So evil.
Yeah. Will you guys adopt me? Oh.
We like you.
Yeah.
We like you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, but we're so excited. This is such a special treat for us. It was supposed to be Scaredycon 3, but now it's Hurricane 1.
Hurricane 1.
Are you guys like actually like scared?
It's also HuggyCon.
Oh also HuggyCon. Wait, I mean, we're gonna save the hugs for later.
We're making sure this has become such a thing.
It was also DancyCon a minute ago.
Yeah, true.
Yes, please
also,
give it up for
Annette.
Annette Coquette.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely.
awesome. Hell yeah.
Okay, Bendy, that was absolutely gorgeous. That was amazing. We have such a talented group of not just like amazing people who are kind and who love the same things that we do as well, but they're so fucking talented. Can we have like one drop of the talent that like our audience has? Because that would be absolutely amazing.
It was
our
because we
special
don't
guest.
have any, so we just had to surround ourselves with other people who do.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And that way we would just kind of blend in with the talent. They'd be like, oh, they got to be talented as well because they're with all these amazing people. It's like,
So Tony,
Ride the
what are you gonna
coattails.
burlesque dance as next? Nathan, like a Nathan Baesel.
a Nathan Baesel burlesque.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, wow.
Get the flannel on.
I'm in.
We'll all be like for Scaredycon 4, like we'll all be Nathan, and we're just gonna have like a burlesque like can dance of.
Can we all just get like those, like those, the fat head, like the giant heads of Nathan, and then just like
Dude,
naked
yeah.
beneath it, whatever.
Like those mascots run at a baseball game.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
giant
yeah.
heads.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
big old
What's
Leslie.
with the giant heads? Why do we keep emphasizing big head? Because I got so much forehead?
Oh no! No,
I thought that's what you were saying.
Never. I would never.
That
the
is-
only reason your head is
Brian.
big is because you have such a big brain in there.
Good save, man. Good save.
All right,
Good save.
All right.
Kick his ass, sea bass.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but just like to actually have you guys here, like for everybody that loves like your film, they would love to have this opportunity to see the writer and the actor. Like this is such a just an honor for you guys to come out here. Like we really appreciate it. We're fans of you and your work, and the fact that you guys came out. Like not a lot of people get to meet their, I don't want to say like heroes, but like yeah, basically you guys inspire us, and you're freaking awesome. And the fact that we get to meet you and have you out is just insane. And seeing you in full costume with those pictures, and now like we've hung out 3-4 times, but I literally got chills. I looked at the picture and I looked up and I was like, oh, that's him. Like I've known you for 3 years, but it was like I was meeting you for the first time. It
Longer
was like,
than that, I think. Longer than 3 years.
Is it 3? I mean longer.
What's our anniversary?
Wouldn't that be Hugiversary?
Oh.
It's a writer joke right there. I took the words and I mixed the words.
Hell yeah.
For anyone who's not familiar, or maybe you're just tuning in to Scaredycast, we have some absolutely incredible guests here at Evil Izzy's Haunted Emporium. We have David Stieve, we have Nathan Baesel. So for anyone also, woo. Yeah, should we?
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, we need not just a singular woo for that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So for anyone who's not familiar, what we know you guys from is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. So it's an absolutely incredible film, and there's a lot of things that we want to talk about, but we would love you to introduce yourselves. Like, what would you like to be known for? What do you want the world to know about you?
Because everyone in the world
it's a
listens
huge
this
stage right
podcast.
now.
Yeah.
We need to know.
We have like 100 million fans on YouTube alone. So
Absolutely.
A lot of
Absolutely.
people are going to see this,
Yeah, but most
don't
of
embarrass
those are Nathan's though. Really, let's be honest.
but I mean, truly,
False
we're so honored to have you guys here. Thank you so much. But yeah, we would love for you guys to talk a little bit about yourselves, and then we have a lot of questions for you. Go now.
I was told there would be no math. Anybody? No. David Stieve, screenwriter Behind the Mask. See the one woo again.
We
with
need
the
another
one
woo. We need
right?
more woos.
Hell yeah.
Who's the one wooer? Who's? Yeah, you're.
And they got pegged at the Cracker Barrel, so they know a good woo. They know a good woo.
Man, what do I want to be known for? Being a decent cook and a supportive partner to my girlfriend. Maybe have a little more money in the bank account.
Wouldn't we all
Let's
like
see.
to know that? So any sugar mama, sugar daddy, sugar days, like please,
Yeah,
please
absolutely.
step
Yeah.
up. Please step up.
You just said cooking. I just noticed that. I was, expecting like,
he cooking.
making more films. And like no. Do you have a passion for cooking?
See, that's why you think I'm coming left and I go right.
I
And
love
that's,
it.
Like that's
Dude, keep me
that's-
guessing, dude.
All right.
I love it.
So I was a lie. I don't cook at all.
Damn. Got me.
You cooked in like, I don't know, 22 2005, 2006 when you were writing Behind the Mask?
Oh, I see
That
what you
was-
did there.
You did
You
a
know,
right thing.
you cooked, man.
Yeah.
What was
so-
it like? Like, how hot did it get in that room when you were just writing and like fire just started shooting out of a typewriter?
Out of
Like,
my what?
You were just like out of your
Oh,
out of a, I don't know,
typewriter.
typewriter.
If that's
Well,
what you want to call it,
Word,
Yes.
fine.
Microsoft.
Well, Tony, let me tell you, I
like
had to put
misery.
more kerosene in the lantern while I was writing the script.
It's
You
like
did say
misery.
You were born in the 20th century.
The
in
1900s. I was born in the
yeah.
1900s.
Snowed in cabin, just typing away like.
All
Then I-
work and no play.
Then I called the Pony Express to have him take the draft. No,
Balto came, like, you know.
I think I just
Balto.
we're like 7
cut.
minutes in. This thing's already jumped the rails.
There's no rails.
Hold on. Did you just make a Balto reference?
Only the realists know Balto. Wow. Isn't it Disney? Well, it was always on Disney.
He was a real dog, Brian.
Wait, are you serious?
It's pre-Disney, yes. He brought vaccines to, like...
Oh my God! I didn't know that was based on a true story.
Wow.
Oh, I've never been to New York. Damn. Shout out to Balto.
Um,
Oh my God! There he is. That didn't.
I was
going
going
to
to interject
look
an
anything
actual
like that.
true anecdote from the.
Wow, that's cool.
Let's
as
hear
hell.
it.
So to your question a little bit, Tony, for like being semi-serious, the script when I wrote Behind the Mask, that's the fastest I've ever written a script. It like jokingly like what flew out of me. It really did. It was. I was having a sort of a existential crisis, wondering why I had moved from Wisconsin to LA to be a screenwriter, and you go through that sort of. Did I do the right thing? Maybe I should, go back to Madison and take that human resource management job. And
You know how much cheese I could have eaten already?
yeah, right.
Cheese
And
curds?
I was talking to my dad on the phone. He's like, "How's it going out there?" Which everybody knows is dad code for when you're gonna give up this crazy dream and come back to Wisconsin. And I said, "It's pretty good." And I'm working on something. And Halloween was playing. And I got off the phone with my dad, and I was sort of sitting there thinking, "God, like, am I doing the right thing?" And I had this thought, like, what if this Michael Myers? Did he have a moment of existential doubt? Like, was he like, am I doing the right thing with my life? And I had this picture of like Michael Myers like mowing the lawn on like a Tuesday.
He's
and
like, he got the mask in one hand and the knife
Yeah.
in the other, and he's like, "What?
He's
what
mowing
am
the
I
lawn
doing?"
with
Yeah.
a knife, actually, like
Yeah.
with a kitchen knife.
He's out there cutting.
And then I'm like, and what,
Like, fuck it.
I'm like, what does Jason do on Saturday the 14th, right? Like, and this whole metaphor, the whole allegory, just erupted in my mind. And so Leslie Vernon is a struggle. It's any artist, anybody trying to be a writer, actor, director, baseball player, go Brewers, and anybody who's trying to do any kind of creative struggle, particularly if it's outside the norm, particularly if it's something that your parents were like, "That's crazy. You should do the normal thing." And that's the story just erupted. Like, oh my God, it's a serial killer. It's a slasher killer like Jason or Freddy who's starting out and he wants it so badly. And the script I wrote that script in about 10 days, which is incredibly fast for me.
Dude, and it's flow. It's where it's like you don't even think, it's just coming out of you, and you're like, "Yep, that's that beautiful inspiration."
It's when you tap into that sort of primordial, the reason we all gravitate to story, whether it's art or play, theatrics or music or anything, we're all looking for an emotional response, right? You create stuff as an artist to evoke an emotional response in your audience. You want them to laugh, you want them to feel sad, you want them to be empowered, you want them to feel love, you want to be angry and motivated, like scared. I think that's why it worked so quickly and why it resonated so fast. Is because I wasn't even really writing it. It was just sort of something I had tapped into, and when you hit that vein, man, you just got to hold on. Then you got to get the more oil in the typewriter.
Yeah.
See, I brought that back.
But see, what's funny is all those things you said, like all those emotions, are all in the movie, because it's like you love Nathan, but you're supposed to hate him, but then you like these
Leslie,
other. Sorry,
Leslie.
But it's like it makes you laugh. You're also like, oh shit, he's actually killing people, and then it's like it's just you feel all of those, and you really like captured all those elements in that movie. And I mean, come on, that's such a great idea. Like someone. Oh, I was gonna ask you just to clear this up. It's in the same universe, right? As like Jason and Michael. Like it's like they're real, and Leslie is like, these guys did it. They're like my heroes. I got to be like them. So actually, in the movie, that all happened. Like that's real, real to him. And that was really cool too. But then seeing like, how do I become a serial killer? I just feel like that's such an original idea. And then it's so charming because you fall in love with him and you're like, I'm supposed to hate this guy.
I think we did
really
get away with a lot of it because when you set it in a film where, you know, Scott Glosserman, the director, always says, you know, Leslie could get on a bus and go to Haddonfield. He could get on a plane and fly to Crystal Lake. So, you know, there are no horror movies. There are no slasher films. There's no video store in Glen Echo. And I think that frees you up for a lot more. You're just willing to accept that he kills people because it's in that movie. You know, it's not. And we've always sort of had to toe the line between, you know, we got compared a lot to Man Bites Dog early on, and you know, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and we're like, he's not though. He's not a serial killer. He's a fictional embodiment of the boogeyman, just like Michael or Jason are. So I think you get away with a lot more when it's not the real world and he's not a serial killer. He's a slasher killer.
Yeah, I love that. And I had a question for you, actually, Nathan. Like this. I don't know how many projects total that you have worked on or you're still working on or whatever, but obviously Leslie Vernon is a huge character in your life, in your career. Like, how much has that role affected the rest of your career? And, like, does it carry over into your full-time job where you're teaching acting and teaching, you know, people that are passionate about it? Like, does a little Leslie Vernon come out, or is that actually really Nathan? Like, you know what I mean? Like, has it carried over at all? Have you taken anything from the film into your, like, real life?
I would tend to get cast as the people who do the bad things. And
Just funny to me.
well, at a certain point, I started to take a look in the mirror and go, what is it? I mean, I don't feel freaky, but apparently that's
Dude,
how
I don't get it. You called it HuggyCon. How can this guy be bad?
I know that's creepy. That.
Yeah.
What kind of freaky we talking about?
Hey,
It's a different kind. But yeah, I mean, I think what I put off to people is, yeah, I mean, just I've got a little darkness that comes across, but I think also with the film, I was given an opportunity that I didn't get with a whole lot of other projects, which is to cover the whole spectrum and get an opportunity to not just be somebody who does, screwed up stuff, but who you get to see the other side of it. You get to see the love side of it. You get to see the loving side of it. And, even with the screwed up stuff that he does, there's a total adoration for the career of it. This is a career I love. I love what I'm doing, and I take it very seriously, and I study, and I practice, and I train so hard. Doctors do the same thing. They're just working on the other end of the spectrum, and aren't we really talking about a kind of universal spectrum embracing quality where if we're going to have doctors and whatever working on that end of the spectrum, don't we need folks on the other who are toting the other
It's like the other part of being human. Because
Well,
there's like, that passion, that love, that
the
that
yin yang,
storytelling, all that.
the Taoist idea that we're talking about a unity, and in order to be one quality, you have to also embrace the other, the other qualities. And I thought that was a fascinating concept, and one that allowed me to not have to be evil in the thing and project a mustache twisting, idea of what it is to be evil. But I think one that's more affecting because somebody who does evil things but doesn't apologize for them or make excuses or justifications, but is proud of what they do and celebrates
Sincere.
what they do. I mean, that for me is a lot more affecting anyway as an audience member.
I want to interject though that people can get a little bit more of another side of Nathan's performance that he doesn't talk about a lot. You guys have spent enough time around Nathan. He is a charming, nice guy. He's one of my best friends. And he embraced that in the Leslie Vernon, as Leslie, in documentary mode. But Nathan as an actor then had to pull off a really kind of fascinating balancing act of then having to shift on set to go to a very, very dark place where it was perfectly okay for him to be, sending people to a horrible end. And I remember being on the set, was one of the nights we were shooting. We're spoiler warned already, right? Yeah. Okay. So there's the scene in the cornfield near the end where Vernon goes after one of the cameramen, and they were setting up a lot of shots and back and forth. And Nathan is in full costume, insists on being barefoot. It's November in Portland. The ground is frozen. He's in the overalls and the tatted shirt. And between shots, he would just kind of come over and sit in one of the director's chairs. And he wouldn't engage with anybody. He was totally zoned out. And I kind of was sort of like approaching him. And I think I sort of felt like I maybe had permission from wherever Nathan was for me to be around him. And I remember like being able to put a coat over him while he was sitting in the chair, but he was just absolutely just stoically sitting there, maybe because he was too damn cold to move. I don't know. You can explain that. But I always like to point out in situations like this that the nuance of Nathan's performance in that film is really pretty incredible when you look at the shift. And he was talking about the spectrum. He had to embody that. He had to go from the nice guy to the killer. And I think it's worth touting that as often as I can.
I mean, we talk about this a lot too. Like, there's such a fine line between comedy and horror, and it's so nuanced in that film that it's just like it's so beautifully done. So the fact, that you're going around being like, yeah, so there's 11 exits down here on the first floor, but I've made sure that like they can't go, and then they're like, well, but there's some exits down here, right? You're like, yeah, but usually like they try to go up on the roof or like, they're gonna be on the third floor and then they're fucked. And then it's like, so like I'd like to be able to do that. How was that for you to be able to toe that line of humor and horror? And to your point, it truly can go either way. Like it is so like wild, like how like you can watch a movie and be like, that's supposed to be funny and it's not. But like, I think Behind the Mask like really does a great job of that. So like, how were you able to like emulate both?
It's in the script. It's all in the script. He had it out just a little earlier. He you can look at it. You can read the script, and it's all in the script. Nothing that I did was anything that wasn't in the script. It's rare that you get something
I see some reaction. We're gonna get to the reaction.
It's rare that you get something that is so that explains so well what you need to do, where the whole thing is just a springboard. So I feel like all the coding, all of the translation and everything had already been done for me, and it was on the page, and so all I had to
but you still had to physically do it though. Like you don't get away by just saying, oh, it was in the script. You brought so much more to that.
Mm-hmm. And that's true. Anybody could have done it, and it would have been different. It would have been a different movie. And I've often suggested that it could have been a much more financially successful movie if somebody else had done it.
Absolutely not, dude. He said it.
Because
there is it's an ineffable charm, which is what makes the movie so perfect. It's not like, oh, I just didn't really relate with him. I didn't really like him. Every single person goes, I love to hate this guy, but I hate to love him. And it's like, it's universal, dude. I'm telling you.
But so that was my interpretation of those words, but somebody else would have interpreted and had, it came down to me and another guy, right? Yeah.
I'm going to beat him up.
It was
me and another guy.
It was him or
Chris Pratt.
Well,
it was like a very
somebody,
Kane Hodder-ish physical
right.
size.
Oh, so a big dude. Okay.
Yeah, that was how it was originally written. Was this big automaton, Kane Hodder or the other guy that played Michael Myers. I'm forgetting his name.
Rock Lesnar.
Anyway, the idea was
O.J. Simpson.
I mean, it's funny that like you say like Kane Hodder.
Too soon,
like,
Kelsey.
Oh, too soon. Sorry.
Like one of my
Where's the white
favorite
Bronco?
things about the movie is like if you're just a horror fan and you don't know what this movie is, you can put it on and within the first 5 minutes you're like, okay, I know what I'm in for. And like you're not just like, okay, I know what I'm in for, but you're like, I already love this movie. Like Just whenever, like, because like whenever I think it's like Kane Hodder's like poking his head out of the house from Nightmare on Elm Street. You're like, I know what this movie's gonna be about, and I love this, like, because it's just like, it has everything in it that horror fans love, you know. And it's like, I didn't like love to hate the character. For me, it was like, I love this character, and when he started doing all the bad things, I was like, come on, dude,
Like
don't do that. Like, stop doing all this stuff.
I was rooting for him actually. Like I was like, yeah, you better kill him, put him on a hook.
So you guys didn't know each other before the movie? Not at all.
We met in the audition room, right?
Yeah. I mean, I Scott Glosserman, the director, and Britton Spellings and Ben Pace, who are the two cameramen, Todd and Doug, they knew each other from school. But everybody else, we all met first time.
That's so cool. And then you guys, like you said, like now you're one of your best friends. Like that's so cool.
The whole group, we're a family. You know, we play
love
D&D together most Sundays.
Hell yeah! Shout out to D&D. That's so sick.
Which that's. You walked right into it. I would like to announce right now. For Nathan doesn't know I'm about to say this, and I think I need Scaredycast help to
We're
pull
on
this
for
off.
Sunday night.
Oh, we're on for tomorrow night. We're playing tomorrow night. I'm thinking maybe it's like for a charity thing or some kind of like funding a sequel or something.
I'm already in.
I think it would be awesome. I'll DM a one shot where you get to play the characters and you get to go up against the big bad evil guy of Leslie Vernon, who'd be like a 20th level killer. And you get to be like, you could play Taylor, you could play Doc Halloran. There would be like NPCs of the teens and the stoners and the jocks.
We could do
like,
a live show of it.
like a live stream one shot.
Oh my God, this man.
Wouldn't that be cool?
This man's got. Yeah.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Why
I
not?
guess I
Hell
have to
yeah.
be.
Okay, I just have to say, so you guys were talking earlier, and you were like, I didn't realize that D&D just never ends. So now you're like in it even more. Like now it's like crossing into other.
That's
like,
why you
parts of
try
your
and do a
life.
one shot. So it's
I would
just a
love
little-
to know if anybody anywhere recognizes the reference of the shirt, because that's a straight D&D reference.
Yeah, I mean, it was like when we had Nathan
For
out
anyone
the
that's
first
watching,
time,
this is
like 3
Blinsky.
years ago. You told us about
He's no fun.
Sunday
He's no
night,
Blinsky.
D&D games, and it's still going on. Is it the same campaign from back then? Or have you
No,
switched
we
around?
wrapped that campaign up. Thank God.
That was Curse of Strahd, the like gothic Dracula horror one. That was awesome. And now we're on to something else. But it's really cool. Back to your point though, that Britton plays in it, Ben plays in it, Nathan's in it. Like, we have such a community, like just a family that we've known each other now for 20 years. And then to be able to sit down and play a game, a D&D game with like 3 awesome, funny, talented, like improv trained actors is like so much fun. And it's just a constant reminder of what a gift Behind the Mask has been in all of our lives. You were asking earlier about what impact has it had on our lives. And I mean, I wouldn't be the same writer that I am, wouldn't be the same person that I am. And it's not something you encounter a lot. I mean, I haven't done a lot of productions, but I've certainly been around enough, bigger budget, higher end stuff in various capacities. And you really very rarely end up coming away. Like, you're all best friends for like the 6 weeks you're shooting, and you stay in touch for a while. And then like after a while you see somebody at a festival or a convention or something, and you're like, oh yeah, how you been? And you're like, God, I haven't talked to that person in 6 years.
Like an old coworker at work, you guys were besties, and then it's like life happens.
Or it's the opposite, and you're like, ooh, okay, gotta duck
Yeah,
around.
and that's pretty much all productions. Is you get about a 6-week windows, 2 months maybe, of your family, and then the family breaks up, and then you move on to the next family, and this one's stuck together.
I love that. That's so cool. Dang.
But with some insight of that, though, like, what made you guys feel so close? Like, what was it about that production and that cast and that crew that has made you guys be able to play D&D together? Because, like, I think watching a film and, like, feeling the magic, like, of being like, oh, I enjoy this as, like, entertainment. But, like, getting the behind the scenes from people who were, like, actually there is, like, I want to know what made it, like, magical for you guys.
Scott Glosserman is a huge cheerleader. I mean, the guy just exudes
Support.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Bondedness and intentionality, group intentionality,
And he literally made the film happen just out of sheer force of his
force
own will.
of will. I bet
Wow.
the last day of production, we wrapped in the downtown Portland Public Library, and he was a zombie. I mean, he was hardly cognitive at all because he'd worn himself down after so many back-to-back 4-hour, 3-hour nights of sleep.
Oh my God, he's gonna kill me for saying this, but that night he had a cold. He had a really bad cold, and we were just pumping him full of like NyQuil and like cold
I didn't know why you were
medications.
going with that. I was like, this is a family friendly
But
show.
then it was like
guys.
mixed. It was like mixed.
Bullshit.
It was like mixed with whiskey, and we were he was just downing.
Get that scissor for.
I guess it was scissor before that was a thing. That's like, but yeah, he
You
was
guys
just.
invented it.
I mean, just anything to keep himself up and moving to get through like that night. It was incredible.
It was a huge undertaking that he did. I mean, he was wearing so many hats, and but then the goodwill that he brought in with him, with Ben and Britton and the history that they had. I mean, I was picked up from the airport by Ben and Britton, and they already had their thing going. They had a vibe, and they had a whole. They were speaking a language that I didn't get, but I was along for the ride, and it was just I was something that you wanted to get on board with because it was fun, and they were having a ball, and I just wanted to be a part of the party.
Oh yeah.
There's something about seeing people do what they love that just makes you go, It's like a human thing, So it's addicting, When you see like, I want that, I want to do it. You just people get drawn to it,
I think there was a big part of it that was running through, and like the times that I was on the set, it was just like it was this constant feeling of like. Sort of always looking at Scott and him looking at me like are we really doing this? Like this is really happening, right? Like we're still doing this. It was just like there was this constant sense of like oh my God, like we were just like clinging to each other like a lifeboat in this sea that we had tossed ourselves in. And I think that's part of the bonding was just like
Yeah, we still do random texting occasionally. Scott and I. Hey, you want to make a movie? We were doing that all throughout the set. Hey, you want to make a movie? Yeah.
Well, I mean, so many people sit there and be like, oh, like I wish I could do this. I want to do that. Whatever it is. Like, what was okay? So you were like, I spit this script out so quick because you had this epiphany of like, oh, what if we could do this? But what was the actual making of this movie like? Like beyond, like obviously it was like a family and like, all these things like, but what is like the behind the scenes of like, this is what it took to be able to make sure that Behind the Mask actually came out. And so that we could all be sitting here today, like reminiscing about the love that we have for this film.
I mean, same answer. It's Scott Glosserman. I mean, I got the script to him, it found its way to him. Andrew Lewis, who's one of the producers, was working at an agency and, the script I had used every connection I had to get it to an agency, and it was the classic sitting on the corner of the desk and the agent never read it, and he had Andrew, his assistant at the time, read it, and Andrew was like, I think this is great, and the agent was kind of like, I don't know, and we're not going to do horror comedy. We heard that a lot. Horror comedy doesn't work, and Andrew was like, there's something here. And he was friends with Scott, and he took it to Scott and said, dude, you got to do something with this. And Scott latched onto it immediately. And Scott and I working on it together, then little trivia, it originally the film just ended where Leslie goes through the door and is like, time to dance with the devil. And he, right before he kills the first victim, that was the end of the script. The epilogue is like, you all know what happens next. You've seen slasher films. And Scott was like, no, we need a third act. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a writer. You're dumb. and yeah, stay in your lane, man. But he was totally right. And then we kind of had this idea like, oh my God, he explained everything he's going to do. Then he does it. And, I had the idea of the big hook of Taylor being really the one. And as soon as that happened, like that to me was like, oh my God, that's a full blown movie with the twist, with the love interest, like it's all there, boom. And then Scott, like I said, he just went full out to just make it happen. He turned over every single stone he could, and every single person said no. Every studio, every production company, every venture capitalist, everybody said no. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And he found a way to. I don't even know. Maybe I don't want to know, but he found a way to make it work. And then I think Nathan can take it from there. But once the hard work was done and the camera started rolling, I think it was just sort of guerrilla filmmaking up
Yeah,
there.
it was the post process was insane, and something that it was my first film, so the whole thing was an education for me, being in front of the camera for as much as I was, and working in a documentary format and then the 35 millimeter format as well, having that, and being able to watch the post process play out was wild, because I'm able to look over the shoulder of the editor as they're putting the thing together, and then being able to be a fly on the wall for the conversations they were having about money that they needed to get for the promotion of the thing and the campaign to just get it out there in front of people and run the festival circuit. I mean, the whole thing was just a hustle from beginning to end, and I we've joked about why it takes so long to get a sequel together, and part of it is I think Scott is just like, I can't put my life on hold for 2 years beginning to end. I can't sacrifice everything in order to, and so he's had a life, he's gotten married, he's a kid, and he's got a company and whatnot, and I can't imagine the pull of him. And maybe he's getting to a point, where he's like needing a little more, creativity in his life, and so it's getting, it's getting doable in consideration. But I mean, I don't understand how anybody could, knowing what it would cost you to make something like that happen, to go, okay, I'm going to sacrifice everything in my life in order to make this movie happen, and not just get the production done, but get it all the way to getting in front of people's faces. It's just a Herculean task.
Having said that, though, we are coming up on 20 years, so that is a natural sort of breaking point for a return of Leslie Vernon. So, and it works too on a lot of levels, because if you carry the analogy forward, whereas the way I envision it, where Behind the Mask was a young artist struggle and trying to break into an industry and like, am I doing the right thing? Can I do this? Arguably he does. I think that there's a really interesting 20-year later sort of reboot, revisitation, sequel type of a platform, which is what is an artist like me or like Nathan or like Scott, how do we reflect back on, how do I reflect back on the 20 years I've spent chasing that dream in Hollywood? And, how do you define success? I'm not a rich man. I don't have an Academy Award. I don't have any of the benchmarks that you would associate. I'm not a known name, but I have a movie out there that will outlast all of us, and I'm incredibly proud of it. So I think there's really rich, fertile soil for examining that metaphor through the lens of Leslie Vernon and Taylor Gentry 20 years later, when the 20th anniversary of Leslie's appearance in Glen Echo comes up.
Well, beyond just an idea, I don't know if I could.
Oh, you're going there? You're gonna?
I'm gonna scoot over here.
I read something recently that was more than an idea. It was a lot of words on paper. It was a script.
And what was the title of that script?
I read a sequel script, and
Read it to us right now.
I could pull it up on my phone and
yet, you have to act it out
and read it to you. Take it from here, David. But it's more than just a concept.
Do it.
So,
Do we need another beer for this?
Do we need fireball shots?
I don't know. Like, should we? Do we need?
I wish I could say there was some huge revelation that would everyone would run screening from the building. I can't do that, but I can say that the sequel script is written.
Amazing.
And is really good.
We obviously have Nathan back. Angela's back. Scott is fully engaged in it. And here's the thing. And all jokes aside, I am extremely, extremely reluctant. Seriously, no joke. We have cried wolf so many times with the fans, and I'm super hyper aware of that. That for 20 years, you guys have been like, it's gone from, was there going to be a sequel? Yeah, there's going to be a sequel. Oh, when's the sequel coming? How's the sequel going? Whatever happened to the sequel? How come there hasn't ever been a sequel? Man, I wish there had been a sequel. And we've 20 years, we've sort of been stringing this along, like, well, maybe. And we tried to do it a couple times, and every now and then I'll do interviews. And it's just, I don't want to keep being the boy who cried wolf. But I'm really optimistic that, we have an opportunity now. I think we've proven that it's a marketable intellectual property. There's certainly a fan base that's ready for it and waiting for it. But as we've always, from the very beginning, we need help from fans to be vocal about, online and go to your horror press, go to your bloggers, go to your podcasts, and stuff like this really helps to seed the soil that we're going to need to seed to get the money people to be like, okay, I keep hearing about this sequel. How come I never heard of this movie before? That's the magic thing that we need to hear. So,
I'm sorry if they make Shark in a Cornfield or whatever the fuck you watched.
Yeah.
Like, please, like we
Sharks
need a
in a
behind the mask
cornfield.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
worst movie.
Like
But
we
the
need it.
the thing is, the script is written. Those 4 words mean so much to your fans.
And it's
I
good.
don't know when, whatever. All I know is the script is written, and the fact that we know as fans that you guys are into it, that's all we need to hear. Because there's nothing worse than when it's like, oh, it's your favorite band, and they're like, yeah, but they're retiring. They just don't want to make it anymore. And you're like, oh. But you guys, you're excited about it, which makes us excited about it. So that's freaking amazing.
I just wanted to know, is there like 3 characters in the movie that are podcasters? I was just wondering.
keep talking.
We're
and, like
we're killed off for immediately.
It's like a true crime podcast.
Not
It's
even on
like,
camera.
like they're just talking about the events from 20 years ago, and that maybe kind of, I was just I don't know.
The script is written. We can't.
I want to know. I just want to know if this is part of the script. I'm just wondering. You don't got to spoil it. It's okay.
Stay in your lane, man. I'm the writer. You're dumb.
You're the podcaster.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get to a big question I got because I need to know the stories and I need to know everything. Start from the moment you woke up the morning that you knew Robert Englund was coming to set that day. Yeah. Like, I got to know, was there butterflies? What was happening? Was it like, was everybody just watching the door? Like, then just the whole
We were already shooting the movie before he'd been cast, right? So his role, Scott's role, I don't even think
Zelda
we'd cast Zelda yet.
I think Robert was last.
Yeah, and in fact, Robert was offered Eugene's role, but he was more interested in the Halloran role, and so that was a flippy flop that happened. But yeah, we were already in production before they had come on board, and so when we have the news that Robert Englund's, coming to our location to make a movie with us, yeah, it for me, it really cemented a sense that I think we all had, which was that we've got a really good thing here, and we're doing a good thing with it. Everybody's working hard and everybody's throwing themselves into this 100%. The fact that Robert Englund is jumping on board means that, one, he saw what we all saw in the script, which is a really badass, clean, no fat to trim. It's just, a great idea, and it's totally executable. All you have to do is not screw it up. So he saw that, and he's on board for that. The rest was, when he gets here, we need to make sure that we're showing him something that's good and not stinky, and that's going to make him feel like this is something that I am not just going to come to work and do my thing for, but it's something that I'm going to share with the world and promote and talk about, and I feel like that's what we saw. I was talking with somebody earlier tonight about the first day that he came on location to I think check out what he'd got himself into. Yeah. Right? I think he'd already seen some scenes. We'd shared some audition stuff and maybe even some dailies, I don't know. So he kind of had an idea of what he was getting into. I think he probably needed to see some of that stuff, but it was a whole other thing for him to be on location and to see what we were doing. And the first thing that he saw, we were shooting up against the van. It was
No, hold on. The first thing was we were all at a wine bar.
Oh yeah,
anxiously waiting to meet him. I didn't believe
he
it.
Just gotten off the plane.
I didn't
right?
believe he was going to be a part of the film. I'm like,
Right.
I'll believe it when he strolls in. And he strolled in, and I was like, holy shit,
he's here.
And now we're in the bar in Portland.
Like, hey, bitch.
And I mean, definitely the presence is there. Like and he takes over a room like in the best possible way, and everybody in the bar knew he was there, and he sort of posted up in the center of us, and I think it was sort of instinctive. We were all sort of huddled around him, and that was the first time I met him. Was just he was lecturing me about how the tannins in the red wine we were drinking, and he paid the tab.
He paid the tab.
What
he was
a
like,
guy.
So
Shout out.
our introduction to him was he was basically doing like a wine tasting.
Sommelier.
Yeah, he was like
Wow.
sommeliering us. Is that a word? Sommeliering. So,
Isn't
but
that-
yeah, then the next day,
Sommelier.
he was on the set, and what I remember is
over
that
here right now.
what I remember is that he stuck around and watched other scenes being shot, and he was particularly interested in the van scene with when Leslie actually gets pissed at Taylor, and he stood there and watched that scene, and would go up to Nathan and started talking to him, hushed and coaching him and edging him. I don't know what he said. You never shared that, but
He pulled me aside and he said, "You remind me of a young Anthony Perkins. Has anyone ever told you that?" And that was the stamp of approval that I needed to know
Holy
that.
shit,
okay,
I do see it too now.
Right.
Oh my god!
right.
That was it. That was all I needed
dead
to know
on, too.
to know that we're doing something good here. We're doing something special.
And I think that the fact that he hung out and watched other stuff, that told me everything I need to know.
That's so validating.
And I will say that
Absolutely.
I know that Scott was nervous. Like Scott was like, "Holy shit, I got to direct Robert fucking Englund." Like talk about imposter syndrome, right? Like, oh my god, like I couldn't have started with an easier one. And I also remember one little anecdote there. Then last night of shooting, there's scenes where Robert and Zelda, and again, Scott's got a cold, he's jacked up on Jack Daniels and cold medicine, and he's just like, I remember a couple moments like by the off on the side, he was just like, "Am I directing Robert Englund and Zelda Rubinstein right now?" And he was just
Insane.
like, his pupils were like dilated out past it, like, "Is this really happening?" But it was like, "Yeah, man, it's really happening. Focus."
Yeah.
That's like such a testament though, because like usually you have big names signed on first and with a project, right? Usually, and then everything kind of falls into place. But the fact that you guys are talking about that he came on as one of the last pieces of the project, that has to what did that feel like for you guys? Like, beyond just like being starstruck and being able to be like, holy shit, that's Robert Englund right there. Like
It
when
was
you heard,
it
like
was
obviously you're
confirmation
like, oh.
that we're onto something good here.
Yeah.
We really got a hold of something good here, and as long as we don't screw it up, we got the possibility of this thing taking off and breaking through the noise. There's so much.
Yep.
Even then there was so much stuff to distract people and whatever. But this is going to help so much to get this in front of people's eyeballs, and man, did he ever.
And it was cumulative too. Nathan's absolutely right, but I think the realization that started to hit was all of a sudden we're like, well, we already got stuff in the can with Kane Hodder, we've got Zelda, we've got Scott Wilson, now we got Robert. Like, it just all of a sudden we're like, there was definitely a moment where we, like, you realize we had crossed over from another low budget indie horror film to like, holy crap, like we're a player. Like this movie is now a real player. Sure, it's a niche, but
The big people believe in it. And the people that you look up to going, damn, that's such a cool movie. I wish I could do that. And then you do it and they're like, yeah, I want to be a part of it. Oh my God. Like that's like your favorite band being like, dude, this is a good song. And you're like, oh, what? You think so? Like
I was telling people, don't share this with anybody.
this is our little
We
secret.
know who's
This is-
here.
This
We
is,
know we
this
guys
is our
love.
little secret. But if you want some real one-on-one time with Robert Englund, if you're standing in line just waiting to get his autograph or something like that, and the line's going around the block, if you want to have a special moment with Robert Englund, you ask him something about Behind the Mask. He cannot wait for the door to
Seriously?
open to have a conversation with you.
He's so tired
I
of talking
love
about all the
that.
other stuff that if you bring this one up, he's like, "Oh, you saw that movie, you get it."
Oh, I love. Okay, now you probably can't say this because we're still just the script is written. Is there any chance for a Robert Englund comeback? Are you guys
Absolutely,
in
I
cahoots?
hope so. I sure
Okay.
hope so.
All right, that's all I needed to know.
Does he know about the second script? Like, has he? Has
You
his,
got-
have
yeah.
your people been talking with his people?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. It's been a while, so
Yeah.
no, we're not ready to.
Okay.
But I mean, I think that's next, right? You got to get the names to get the money. So
Yeah.
it's the cat chasing its tail again. But no, it's been pretty inner circle until tonight, apparently.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like I said, I'm asking a lot. I know that's a lot of it. You guys, even just saying that the script is written is like insane. So thank you for telling
Well,
us.
I
that.
mean,
That's
we're
awesome.
racing the clock. I mean, you know, 2007 technically is when the video was released. So 2027 would be 20 years.
Damn. So let's get those funds up. Let's get this movie made.
Let's
I
rewind.
am.
Oh, sorry.
I'm getting some Powerball tickets this weekend. So yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna put $100 million into this movie. I swear to God, if I win. Yeah.
Yeah, that might do it. That
Yeah.
might cover the bill.
You're like, I was hoping for 150, but I guess 100
We
million.
can make 100 million work.
Yeah.
We
Some
can
cuts
make
here and
it.
there.
We can make it work.
It's going to be on every continent. Yeah, Leslie Vernon around the world, like sailing the world in 90 days. Well, let's rewind a little bit. You said, like, okay, we have the second script written, but we were lucky enough to be at Phoenix Film Festival, and we saw a short of Wait For It. And that was
you
like a little
mean?
bit of
Do
a
you mean this one,
teaser.
Kelsey? Is this the one you're talking about?
Oh my gosh, what is happening right here? So there's like a little bit of a teaser there. Was a second film even in the vicinity of realities for you guys? Was it just something that you wanted to do? Like, what is like, give us a little bit of the backstory for the short film there.
Well, the sequel to Behind the Mask has always been a thing. I mean, we tried to get a sequel off the ground in 2010, which was a much more direct, like Halloween 2, like the next couple days type of a situation, and we just couldn't get it financed. Tried really hard. It existed as a graphic novel, but that script and that particular sequel just never materialized. So that was a tough pill to swallow when you realize, because there was always a third film. Every writer has a trilogy, so of course there was a third installment. And the time just sort of bled away, and you try so many times. We tried so hard, and the time slips on, and Scott's life changed. He moved to the East Coast. Nathan, his situation changed, and we all sort of moved on. I sort of stopped writing for a while. Angela moved away, so it was like the family sort of broke up. We stayed close, but it was like all of a sudden we weren't actively chasing the dream every day, and I think that really, those were the dark years where it was like I wasn't even trying. But when I started to, I'm going to name drop. I had a meeting with Ryan Turek at Blumhouse because I was trying to get another script of mine financed, and Blumhouse was considering it. And in the meeting, Ryan, he said, have you ever directed anything? And I'm like, no, I'm a writer. I don't know how to direct. I don't even know which end of the camera to point. And he's like, well, you should do it. As a writer, you really need to understand what it is you're asking directors to do. And it was really, really sage advice, and I'm grateful to him for that, because it made me do Wait For It, which is a short film. It's just a simple idea that I had, just simply to increase my toolbox. If you write something, all of a sudden, you write exterior spaceship. Well, then you go shoot exterior spaceship. You're like, why did I say exterior spaceship? So, it was really eye-opening to see how it translated. Point of that being, I made Wait For It. It took forever. Got a wonderful executive producer named Chris Jarowski, who you guys know. So Chris came on board, and he's like, well, you need to get this to festivals. Do you mind if I try to get it into festivals? And I'm like, absolutely. And Chris is such a bulldog that he got it into every festival.
I don't want anyone to see this. I'm fine.
And by getting it into the festivals, it got attention. And I was approached. Someone approached Chris and said, "Hey, is there a feature from Wait For It? We'd be interested." And I was just like, "Oh shit! Like there is no feature for that. It was just a short. It's a one short film idea. It's a one joke film." And it's available on gather.com, by the way, GATHR.
I need you guys on your phones immediately. Go to gather.com.
Gather without
right
an E,
now.
gather.com. Wait for it.
It's really fucking good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we were like our minds were blown when we saw it.
Was that $20 I got to pay you for saying that? Is that what the promo shop?
Well, I'll send you the invoice later. It's fine.
Anyway, point being, because of Wait For It, they said, is there a feature? And I sort of panicked, and I was like, the only movie anybody ever asked me about is Behind the Mask. So I sort of just blurted out like, no, but I mean, would you want to do a sequel to Behind the Mask? And Aaron was just like, I never in a million years thought you would say that. That's my favorite movie. It's kind of one of the reasons I love horror films. And so and all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, now I gotta write that script. So it really reactivated all of that, and all that stuff came flooding back. And I will try to stop talking now. But part of that development and that process was then I made it a point to reach out to Nathan and to Angela in particular and be like, hey guys, I want to do this. Is this crazy? This is what I'm thinking. And just having Nathan and Angela in my life, available by text, and knowing they would immediately return my call or get on a Zoom with me, was instrumental in the early sort of birthing of the first drafts of the script. And it speaks back to the point of the family part of this. But yeah, to your question, Kelsey, it was sort of like the universe sort of just grabbed me by the collar. It's like, dude, it's 20 years. Fucking get going.
I am a firm believer that, like, if you don't listen to signs from the universe, like, it'll pull you in the direction that you need to go. But so, Nathan, like, obviously you guys, you've been friends. Like, you are talking back and forth. Describe getting that call or that text or whatever it was, being like, hey, this is like, we're in the works right now. Like,
I should see if I could find that text.
Ooh, yes.
It's just the fact that I can be involved in the creative process from the ground. With Behind the Mask, I got the my back.
Get your glasses out.
I got the I got the script with Behind the Mask, and from that point on, the audition process on, I was tied into things, but to be on the ground floor of the creation of a sequel, that's crazy. And that he's asking my advice about, this or that, and, story elements, character elements. Yeah, it's so
2 years of text messages right
yeah, my appreciation for Stieve for just fighting through and delivering not just a script, but revision. What are we on? Revision 5.4 now or something like that. I mean, it's not just a script that you're writing. You're writing iterations of a script, continuing iterations. In fact, the script is going to continue being iterated until you're on location, and then whatever's caught on camera is the set script, right? So to be part of the birthing process is pretty impressive. That said, I have an appreciation for how much Stieve has really no incentive to do all of the work that's required in order to not just birth that first script, but each iteration of the script. He's not getting paid for it. He's not, he's doing it out of sheer. I think he's getting something creative, something fantastically creative out of it, but I know that it's a lot of hard work as well. And I have an appreciation for somebody who does something just because they're passionate about the creative potential for the work.
And you believe in it. Like, that's a huge part of it. Sorry, I had a question there, and then I got distracted.
I was going to say, do we might want to open it up? Because I think we have some questions with the audience, or no, maybe? Or do we have enough time? Where are we at with that? Not yet? I'm just saying. Because I know they're hungry. They're hungry.
I guess it has been about an hour, huh?
Yeah.
We do have, so we've already obviously, we have like some very special guests with us right now with David Stieve and Nathan Baesel themselves. So please give a round of applause. But I think there's an extra special guest that we have coming up.
Is there?
I think so. Nathan has to go take a shit really quick.
He's gonna go
and then
poo
he'll be
poos.
back.
Oh no. Gotta go poo-poos. It's okay.
Yeah, go poo.
I'm gonna throw my
Does
cans
anybody have
away.
any?
I'm gonna get
anybody
here.
some
I'll get
questions
you.
for
I couldn't
David
find the
here?
text, unfortunately, but I promise there was the text that I sent to Nathan and Angela was kind of like, "Hey guys, crazy idea. I'm thinking maybe it might be time to revisit the," and like barely got the text off, and was like, "I'm in." Bing.
We're
boom,
done.
boom,
Yeah,
boom,
let's go. Yeah, give me the word. Oh, we cracking cold ones?
Oh my God! I feel like
Golly.
Stone Cold Steve Austin over here.
2 beers, 3 beers,
Yeah, sure.
4 beers,
Absolutely.
and a
why
Bloody
not?
Mary.
Whoa!
That was strongly worded. That was strongly worded.
It's a family show, Kelsey.
Sorry, I think that was
Oh,
Brock. I
can't-
think that was Brock Lesnar. He said he was gonna fuck his.
What'd
own
you
wife.
give me over here? It's all
shook it up.
shooken up.
Damn.
Jesus.
Damn.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
then she's got one going
Come on,
too.
people.
Gee, we can't take you
I
kids
didn't
anywhere.
do that.
See how nice and easy? You just got to ease it in. Don't just
Golly.
ram it in there,
You
Kelsey.
can't just
I'm
jackhammer
so sorry,
it.
Esme.
Gotta-
Thank you so much.
You gotta,
I'm sorry.
gotta
you
finesse
gotta
it.
ease it in a little bit.
you.
You know?
Look
Thanks,
at
Kelsey.
We're not. Yeah, give it up for the real Kelsey over here.
Yeah, Kelsey!
The cool Kelsey. The cool Kelsey. Thank you, cool Kelsey. Appreciate it. No, this has been so wonderful. Honestly, like we cannot thank you enough for being here and like giving us your insight and to like having that insider knowledge of like I think we all have a little bit of imposter syndrome, you know what I mean? But the fact that like we can all sit here and be like, you made something that we all love and that we can reminisce about and that we can like truly connect over, like what does that mean to you as a creator, as a writer? Like, do you even think about that, or is it just something that's just like sometimes you're like, oh, like I guess I'm reminded about it.
And just to further go on, like, because in the same way, the imposter syndrome, where you were like, holy crap, we have Robert Englund. We have to like shape up. We have to really, make sure. It's like you set the standard in your head, but that's
But
exactly
he's just
like
a real
what,
human though too.
right?
Like
But that's
the fact that
exactly
you
what
can-
we are with you guys.
Yeah.
It's like you are a special guest. You are here to show, like, we want to show you to people. It's like, oh my gosh, we're honored to have you. And so it's like, I don't know. That's really cool to kind of, we have that kind of feeling in the same way you did with Robert Englund, because like you guys made the things we love.
I think there's a vanity to it for sure. I mean, you don't. No one goes into the entertainment industry without in the back of their head thinking, I'm gonna be rich / famous, win an award, whatever. Like, that's
I think
part.
there's some people that go into the industry. So.
Well, I mean, I think, but it's about chasing a slice of immortality, like, in a way. Like, I think there's something to me that, it's sort of ridiculous that I'm sitting here and people want to talk to me, but I think to myself, my God, I did something that's going to outlast me, and I think that's the most validating part of all of it.
God.
Oh, our
guest has
please
arrived.
welcome to the stage,
Our guest is here.
Leslie
Holy
Vernon.
shit.
Wait a
Wow.
minute.
Oh my gosh.
God. I'm not mentally or physically prepared for this.
It's funny. We were
He doesn't have the scythe,
Oh,
so
that's
we're
true.
good.
That's true. The sickle
So we're doing a Q&A
with,
with Leslie Vernon.
the serial killer.
So
Oh,
if
boy.
anybody...
I didn't mean it.
But David, like, I mean, are you gonna help him out with the answers?
I'll see if I can tune into that.
Okay.
To that.
Try to-
Yeah,
I don't-
get back
I
into
don't
that.
know what
zone.
to do right now.
Little
Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. Thank you so much. So, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we are at Evil Izzy. So make sure to visit evilizzies.com. Halloween's right around the corner. If you are not here in Arizona,
Be nice.
make sure you're shopping because we just got What does he call that? A scythe? That's a scythe.
That's a hand scythe.
Hand scythe. Okay.
A sickle is the larger one. I believe.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
That's like what, like death.
Like the circle.
Like
one
the
with
Grim
the-
Reaper has a sickle.
Got it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought that was backwards. A scythe and a sickle. Because like the hammer and sickle from the Russian, it's like the little.
What am I, the sickle police? I don't know, man. Like what?
He's like, I'm a rider, man. Stay in your lane,
Dude,
I'm not
I'm
a
a
doctor.
little freaked out right now. So let's just,
dude. I know. It's like when he looks at you, it's like I know you, but it's not Nathan. Who is that? No, don't do it. Oh, no. I don't want.
Okay, well,
Somebody
we've
ask a
asked-
question.
We've asked enough questions. We would love to open it up to the audience of if anyone has any questions of Leslie himself, David. We'll try to channel our inner serial killer. Is everyone scared right now? We need to not
It's
be
a little
scared.
unnerving. You
I
should
feel
see the way
like
he's
there's-
holding that weapon too. He's
Any
Do we have questions?
Leslie,
Anybody
there.
for them? Yes.
Do you have any
Ooh.
He's like, watch the movie. Oh.
Leslie, would you like to go talk to her more closely for just a second?
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Scoot
boy.
in.
Oh, boy.
Come on up.
Yeah, there you go.
This is Jughead. Welcome to the stage.
Brian! Oh, yeah. Woo!
So your question was advice for an aspiring serial killer, slasher killer? Okay. I think what he's saying right now is, how bad do you want it? How much are you going to work for it? And just commit to it and don't stop.
Woo!
Wow.
Yeah.
He also says, work on your cardio and
Eat your greens.
prep work. Prep work is where the real magic happens.
Nail the window shut. I think so.
Hey.
I think you should probably go now.
Before he kills you.
Thank you, Brian. Everyone give it up for Brian.
Woo! Way to go, Brian.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
I'm scared.
Anyone else have any questions? One back there. Whoop, got a couple.
Lucas. Oh, good Lord.
Wait, I saw the hand over there first. Yep. Right there.
Can you come on up? Can you get up here?
Yeah, if it's easier to. Yeah, hopefully we can make a path. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh man.
Oh, boy.
No, right here. No,
Just get in range of that. Get in range of that big old knife.
Hi, Leslie. I want to know, after 20 years, are you proud of yourself?
Aw.
Genuinely.
I think. Oh. Is there a smile I see?
I think he's telling you that it's about fulfilling the role that he was born to fulfill. It's a little larger than him. That there's a pride that comes with knowing that you've found your function. But it seems like his work is not done.
Oh. So you're in danger, is what he's
Just,
saying.
you know, like we talked about how lovable Leslie is, and I really wanted that dream for him. So
Oh.
I want to know if you got your dream. I think I get it.
I think you got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Thank
think
you,
Leslie
Leslie.
could ever love?
Oh yeah.
He does.
You think?
I think he
yeah.
does. I
You
think he
think,
very much does.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thanks for your question.
Yeah. Thank you for coming up. Yeah.
Great questions.
I know.
Anybody
Okay.
else coming
Now
up?
we have.
Esme had a
what, we're here?
question.
Oh yes. Wait.
Oh, sorry, Kelsey. Cool Kelsey. Cool Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Cool
Yes,
Kelsey.
Yes, yes, please.
Come on over,
Go,
Cool
Cool
Kelsey.
Kelsey has a question.
Cool Kelsey,
Yeah.
please.
Go ahead. Sit in the hot seat.
Everyone,
you go.
welcome Cool Kelsey.
Hi.
I'm Kelsey.
I was just. Hello. I just wanted to ask, what was the design and creation process like for the mask itself?
Yeah. True.
Oh, are you asking Leslie that?
More you. More.
Oh, okay. It was in my world. It was about Scott and the visual effects coordinator, whose name eludes me. I think they spent a lot of time trying to figure out. He's the boy. He's the boy. Is his name. Like Michael Myers is the shape. He's the boy. Very sort of almost embryonic. There's it's implied that he had his obsession with turtles, that the boy was drowned. So we had to have this sort of waterlogged, embryonic, almost childlike kind of an innocence, but yet sort of grotesque. Yeah. But I think Leslie would tell you that it's because when he was a boy, he was run over the edge of Nellis Falls by the incensed townspeople after he murdered his mom and dad, but they were dicks. So, and he needed a mask. And he had a turtle, and he found a turtle shell, and he drilled some holes and chipped some holes in a turtle shell to mask his identity.
That's so cool. Like, where have you ever heard anything like that before? Like, that's original as hell.
That his parents were dicks?
No. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So real world meets fantasy world.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All
Thanks,
right,
Kelsey.
now-
Cool,
Cooler,
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
I think we had a Lucas.
I'll see you later, Kelsey.
Oh, Jeremy has a question way back there, too.
Oh,
Does Lucas have a
Jeremy.
question?
You better get up here before I sit down.
Jeremy, everybody.
In the documentary film Behind the Mask, you go over some preparation tips for setting up murders. Are those OSHA approved?
First of all.
For those of us looking to prepare.
He says you just made the list.
Oh, you're the first to go. Oh, no.
I'll
Bye. Bye, Jeremy.
Bye.
Good idea. Good call.
Okay, any more questions
There's
from the
one back there.
audience?
Way back there.
Come on up.
We see you.
Oh. This is
this could get ugly.
this might be an aspiring serial killer right here.
Oh, boy.
That's pretty impressive. If you notice, there is a little bit of hair mixed in with that.
Oh, no mic
that
needed
This is
here.
a-
No mic.
This is a secret question, you guys.
Oh my God! This is like Godzilla versus Kong, except Leslie versus Chainsaw. I don't really know. Oh,
Oh, what
what's
is
he doing? Oh,
Oh.
is he doing a heart? I
Are
don't
we
know
doing
if Leslie
hearts?
does that. He might cut your fingers off.
Will Leslie
doing?
complete
know.
the heart?
I
I
don't know
think
if he
I
knows.
can tell Leslie's evaluating the presentation. He's evaluating the character backstory. He's looking for commitment.
Oh, here-
I
wait.
swear.
Oh!
Partnership? The duo?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Love wins.
yes! Yes!
Yeah, and he's sending out chase your dreams vibes.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh. Man, see? Leslie's not bad. Maybe he is.
I mean, his hands did kind of grip in that sickle. a
Oh,
little bit.
don't give him a chainsaw.
Don't be-
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Little weapon
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The gruesome twosome, man. I love this. I love this story arc. You guys should make a.
You guys gotta cross weapons now.
Never cross the weapons.
That's on Patreon.
Yeah, that's for after the show. Well, hell yeah.
All right.
Thanks
Hell
for-
yeah, that was
Beautiful.
touching.
Awesome.
Thank you. Wow.
Man.
Oh my God.
2 silent serial killers.
All right, one more. Anybody?
Yeah, there we go. Oh, not doing one.
It has been wonderful, Leslie. Maybe do we need Nathan back to be able to, if people have questions directly for Nathan, I think.
Well, you know what? Nathan went back there and Leslie came out, so I think
so
Nathan's
maybe
dead.
we need.
Oh,
is
shit.
Nathan dead?
Like, I haven't seen him
No.
since he came out of there.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just saying.
No,
Who am I
think
gonna
he-
hug
think he's
now?
just taking a dump.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
still shitting.
It's been a long day. You know, he had a flight. You know how
Hey.
we all get
Maybe you
very
should
nervous.
get a,
God,
maybe
he's gonna go kill
Everyone give it
Nathan!
up for Leslie!
Nathan!
Nathan, no! He's coming to kill you, Nathan!
Thank you, Leslie.
Lock the door.
That was amazing.
Wow. Haven't seen that guy in a while.
Yeah, what does it bring up for you right now? Are you...
My blood pressure.
Like, in all honesty, though, is it kind of surreal to see him fully like that again? I mean, you haven't seen him in that since 20 years, right? Like,
Well, I mean,
Well, D&D,
give her-
obviously
give
he
her
dresses like that.
no.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
meant
like-
in full. Oh wow.
yeah,
This
it's been a while, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
that's cool.
But I think it does speak to, I think I always want to say this, and this is a good spot for it. It's amazing to me again that 20 years in, that anybody recognizes that character, that, it triggers a response, that it's just such a testament to, this sounds like hyperbole, but I promise it's really, really not. We would not be here. Nathan and I would not be sitting here right now if it had not been for independent film horror fans. Yep. We just would not. We didn't get any love, any attention from any national media, any national press. Perfect time for this plug. Adam Barnick and Rob
this is
Galuzzo.
so cool.
I want this book so
is-
bad.
This is
Yeah.
Icons of Fright. It's 100 interviews with horror luminaries. But in addition to plugging this, Icons of Fright, it's a great book. Just so many great interviews with all the names you know. But it's guys like Rob and Adam and Dread Central and Fangoria and Bloody Disgusting and the niche horror community. It's the only reason we're here. It's the only reason that Behind the Mask has survived for 20 years, has become a cult favorite. Like we would be nowhere without you guys. And everybody, every single fan around the world, like, worldwide fans, we are so totally indebted to everybody for making that moment happen.
Right. That's like Izzy's and all of you letting us come in so we can, have you guys be like our guests, and like we feel the same. Like we're just so grateful because exactly without people liking our stuff, yeah, we can still create, but we're not going to have that success and be able to do it full time. But it's like, that's huge. You guys mean everything to us. We're literally nothing without people supporting us. So, and also after the show, you guys need to check this book out. I mean, him and Nathan
and Scott. And Scott's in there too.
Scott, Tom Holland,
like Zelda's in there.
All kinds
everybody's
of people.
in it. Felicia's in it.
Felissa Rose. There's a whole
Tiffany Shepard is in there.
Yeah. It's a really.
It's not the A-list. Let's be honest. It's not. Well, I mean, there's certainly there's.
I mean,
there's
to like us. To me, and the horror fans and everybody, that's the A-list.
Yeah.
Like that's
our
A-list.
It's just like it's not a glossy, book of like interviews with Julia Roberts and George Clooney. It's not that. It's specific to our niche.
And you said it's pretty thorough. Like it's actually.
It's a compilation of interviews that Dread Central I think did over the years, and their interviews were long. Like it's that those were like you're talking to somebody for like an hour.
Yeah.
And it's
so
it's just like that's not the norm. Like usually you do you get a 10-minute blurb or something,
right?
Or, I mean, not even
like
10
a little
minutes,
excerpt, But this is like if you really want.
Hey, Nathan's back.
Hey,
Nathan, dude, you won't believe what the hell just happened while you're in the.
I'm really sorry about what I did to your bathroom, and
oh my God,
I will totally clean that up.
Did you see Leslie back there?
Did he come? He was here.
Dude, we were scared for you. We were like, lock the door. We thought you were going to die, dude.
No, I must have just missed him.
Yeah, Santa Claus was here too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, rats.
I have a question. Sorry if it breaks any kind of walls, it's okay. We don't have to answer this, but I need to know. I have a question about just the actor side of things. Whenever you put the costume on, does it just kind of like turn on in your brain? Like, do you just kind of like?
No, but I can. I can go into that. And it was the conditions on the ground that actually helped prep psychologically for the character in a way that I couldn't have ever anticipated. I mean, when we first started doing the mask on stuff, I had all these actor ideas of what, I was doing physicalities and stuff like that, and Scott just had to pull me aside after a couple takes, and he was like, you don't do all of what you're doing. You don't need to do any of that, You just you're a machine. You do your thing, and that was actually incredibly helpful for me to know that just trim everything, and it's you're unstoppable. You're a force of nature. And once I started to really focus on that mindset and the, the barefoot situation and it was freezing cold and everything, that really helped in ways that I could never have anticipated, force myself into a state of mind that was, it's you either shift your thinking or you're a big phony, and so I was able to really work on letting all care of self just kind of go away, and I have a job to do, and if you're in my way, then that's there's a scene where I'm pulling a real live person and just dragging a body along, and it was easy. You just there's this thing that needs to.
This is like a 6'2" dude weighing like about like $175 or something.
Yeah, and I'm like 5'10" on a good day, and and it was just so easy to just pick this mass up and carry it over there because that's just what needs to happen. So yeah, it felt like I was actually able to access the kind of stuff that. I don't know. I kind of felt like Batman. Batman. I had this thing about Batman. He he's just a master of his body. It's mind over matter, just absolute mind over matter.
I just want to interject. One of the pictures that Nathan, if you hadn't got an autograph from him, reconsider, because one of the pictures I think that you have is actually one of the photos the still set photographer took while Nathan was sitting in that chair when he was like totally zoned out. When I was talking about how I couldn't really nobody. Yeah, I think one of those I've seen. I don't know if you have it, but we should look. One of those pictures, like, he's just sort of sitting there staring down at the ground, and that was him in in really intense mode.
I love that though. It's like when you hear big stars that they're like, oh well, they sacrificed this to make this film, or like the one guy that did Passion of the Christ got struck by lightning on the cross and was like, screw it, I'm still gonna learn it. And then he learned. I'm sorry, he's still gonna do it, and then he even learned Arabic to do the movie. And I was like, that is like throwing yourself into the role. Random one like Master and Commander, I always mix them up. Russell Crowe learned to play the cello for this one scene because he plays an entire song. And it was like, when you see people really get into those roles, like, that's true art, because we know movies aren't real. But when you can convince us so much that, like, oh, this is a real thing, I mean, that's just pure talent. That's what an actor does, and makes us feel, what are you doing?
Doesn't have to. I mean,
are you talking about Tom Cruise too? And how he's willing to die for our entertainment and just do these. I'm sorry.
Or Daniel Day-Lewis is notorious for, like, being almost too far intolerable about it.
Yeah.
But there was a whole bunch of stuff that we did. We had a stunt guy on set who was there. His job was to do the stunt work, and there was only a few things that required a kind of stunt approach to it when we were up in the loft, and the jumping off the loft, and running. And I realized for some of the stuff, when you got a mask on, you don't need to do. You're not even, when we're shooting so far away, you don't need to throw yourself off a loft and then hang on harnesses and stuff like that. That's what stunt actors are for.
But you did punch the window out of the car.
I did punch the window out of the
Did?
car. Yeah,
That's sick.
First take?
Well, no, because the first one. Well, yeah, the first one, they score it so that you can, so that they can compromise the glass. So then when you hit it,
but not candy glass. It was the
no, it's
a
a real
glass.
window. But the problem is, if you don't get it, you've got one take to get it right. Because once that glass shatters, you don't have another backup window. It's the car window,
Good point.
So I smashed it. Or I hit it the first time, and I realized I was kind of pulling my punch on that first one. I didn't break it, and so we did another take, and I was like, there's no pulling.
Probably gonna slice my hand wide open.
Honestly, I mean, I've seen videos like that where people punch a glass and it like hits her like.
Yep.
Yeah. So we had a take, and it was on take 2, and just
You're like, how about this, Robert Englund? You're not doing this.
smashed through.
Can you,
Yeah,
but
you're
I
not
actually
punching
want to
glasses.
ask you if you will talk about getting in and out of character and what we're talking about. You, I think, have mentioned that you had a real tough time with Todd's death scene. Was that where you?
Well, it's the only time
the mask comes off.
Yeah, it's the
Todd is
only
laying,
time
he's like,
with
it's
ma-
me, man. It's me, Todd. And
Right.
you're like, wasn't that sort of that straddle? Like, how did you approach that?
It was I feel like it was the only time with the mask off. I'm like a little bit defenseless. There's
Vulnerable.
Yeah, there's some vulnerability there. Like, I can almost see you, like really see you. And so for him, I felt like there was somebody that I knew, that I recognized here. But then, almost immediately I remember that I got a job to do and you're in the way. And so, So
I just bring that scene up because when I watch it, I think I see that struggle. I think I see that. Is there a moment where he's going to be the good Leslie? Like, it's just that doubt, right? It's the same metaphor. It's like, do I really want to do this with my life? Like, maybe that's just my wishful thinking. That's what I see.
But it's real. That's how it comes across, because it's like, this person and you can see almost like that, like that chemistry you have, that relationship you have with that person. But it's like, and then you're sitting there in your head just like, not good enough, not worth it. I'm still gonna kill him. And it's like, whew, that's what I'm saying. You straddle this line of like, God, you're so evil, but you're so nice and cool. But like, dude, why? Why are you doing this?
That felt like the only moment that the audience gets to be confronted with their own experience. If they've gone along for the ride with the documentary part of almost liking this guy, then it feels like that is the most compromising personally for the audience moment when he does something that isn't just this monster. You see him and he's doing this thing. It feels like that is necessary to not let the audience off the hook, that the audience is complicit in the whole thing.
Love it. Well, what do you guys think? We got some more questions, or we want to wrap up? And then don't forget, there's more pizza and snacks and stuff, so make sure you guys get some food. Tacos. We got tacos now. Wait, for real?
What?
No, we don't.
Interview over.
Thank you guys for coming.
It's taco time.
No, wait. We do have a couple more questions.
So, like, behind the mask uses like niche terminology, like Fido Girl, and specific horror telling skills and tropes. Like the first time that she's gonna see me. How did you blend, like, for somebody? Because I had only seen 3 horror movies, and I watched it with a seasonal veteran who had seen every horror movie ever. We had vastly different viewing experiences. I wondered how you kind of like approached that when you were writing to make it so that your brand new horror fan can kind of like get engaged, but your diehard horror fan is going to be like, oh yeah, I know this, I know that.
It was incredibly important to Scott and myself that we were never ever going to slip into parody. It's a genre we love too much. We did not, Scary Movie had been out, I think, at that point, but Scream had not. And I think it was incredibly important to both of us that it was like, okay, we know the tropes, we love them, like they're the DNA of this genre. How do we touch on them in a way that's respectful, but still is going to be something that your friend will laugh at, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Like, how do you have fun instead of make fun?
Yeah, and it was always very, very important, but it sort of writes itself. I mean, you have these cliches, and that's part of the magic of, when your muses come to visit you, you sort of kind of black out a little bit, and you write some stuff, and you come to, and you're like, that's genius. But you can't really take credit for it, if that makes sense. I mean, it works because it's sort of universal. You've tapped into something. And so, minor little note, final girl is a term that was, there's an author named Carol Clover who wrote a book called Men, Women, and Chainsaws. It was about the feminist, the feminist undertones rather of slasher films, how women are presented in horror films. And she's the one who coined the term final girl. So she identified that trope, and I knew that, and I was like, oh my, that's genius. Like, there have to be other ones. And we changed it. It's my mistake. And somewhere in writing it, instead of typing final girl, I typed survivor girl. And when you're working on an old typewriter, like, it's really hard to correct that. So it just stuck as survivor girl. And then we sort of justified it in reverse, like, well, in Leslie's world, Carol Clover never wrote that book because there are no slasher films in Leslie's world. So there's no Friday the 13th. There's no Friday the 13th movie at the video store. You can't go rent Halloween. Carol Clover never wrote the book, so Survivor Girl is Leslie's version of the Final Girl. But the stuff like the red herring, which happens a lot, it's that first kill, somebody sort of tangentially associated with the girl gets killed. She's like a principal or the guy at the gas station. Those are things that are there. The flyby. There's always a scene where the killer sort of pops up. Practically speaking, you can't have a horror film unless you show the killer at some point. But what's that?
True. It follows.
Oh yeah, okay.
The visible one.
So I think it was the tropes existed, and I just was there to sort of let them work their way in through the filter of Leslie Vernon.
You had fun with it. And that's the
and
thing. It comes across
so,
exactly, and it comes across as like, oh, you know what you're doing, and you did it justice. It's like, you didn't screw anything up. You stuck to it, and it's like tried and true. But you put your own spin on it. That's the thing. Everybody can take the trope and look at it, but it's like, how do you make it yours?
It's so funny that the run walk is one of our great. we're so bummed because we tried so hard to make the run walk scene where Leslie explains why killers are always walking and the girls are always running away from him, and somehow he stays with them. And we had this beautiful thing where it's like, well, yeah, because he runs when she's not looking, and then she slows down. And so Scott tried so many ways to film it. It just didn't work. It was too long of a lens. It didn't play right.
We shot it twice in 2 completely different settings, and neither of them turned out. Neither of them got that idea across.
And that's the one trope that I couldn't quite get, and it still pisses me off because it's like it made it into some of the trailers. Like you see flashes of him like stomping after, but then I just saw like Haunted Hotel. They did a whole thing about the run walk, and I've seen it like 3 or 4 times since then. I'm like, God damn it, that was mine. But it's just.
But you know why? It's Angela's fault, and because Angela actually is really fast. And I couldn't catch her. I just thought, just run, and I'll
You're
get
in
you.
full gear.
I'll
come on.
I'll
It's not
catch you.
fair.
Just,
she blew the gag.
but she, bam, right out.
So
of
you
the
want me to
gate,
run?
and I just-
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, that's your fault for casting like an Olympian. So.
Yeah. Shame on you. Shame on you. Guys, I just want to give another thank you to Evil Izzy's for all of you for coming out. For obviously these 2 wonderful men to actually come out here and do all this. So thank you guys. Thank everybody for showing
Yes,
up,
absolutely.
bringing snacks and
Wait,
food.
wait.
Please eat as much as you can.
Brian, they're not off the hook yet. So for anyone that wants to.
Thank all of you guys. Thank all of you for being fans of the film forever and ever. I'm so indebted to you. Thank you.
Hey.
Well,
huge.
yes. Okay, so I was gonna say, like, you guys are not off the hook yet. We're not letting you off yet. For anyone that would like to stay involved, stay updated with your future projects, how they can help, just to be in the know, where can they follow you? Where can they reach out to you guys?
Yeah. What do you want people that your last?
You're like feetfinder.com.
Oh,
slash.
nice. Leslie Vernon
That's
feet.
how we get the budget.
Ah!
I'll
Okay,
sell
we're
my-
brainstorming here. We're brainstorming.
I'll sell my
Let's go.
piggies. Yeah.
They don't want to see your piggies. They want to see their piggies. All right.
Nobody wants to see my piggies.
I mean, sure. You can start your own. So how can people stay
We
involved?
don't. We
like-
don't have anything.
Got 2 50-year-old white guys, so like you're on Facebook.
Well, what is your Facebook? What's your Instagram? I mean, if
I
you're
don't
open to it.
social media much, so you know.
And I'm not dodging. I mean, I'm at DJ Stieve. If you want to reach out to me, I'm happy to. I'll
I'm
answer
at
messages.
Baesel, but I
think-
don't. I'm not.
Listen
on
to
a lot.
them.
I
Oh,
don't know.
we're no.
No, but the truth of it is, and this sort of is a little, I don't know, little bougie, but it's sort of. It's out of all of our hands. Like at this point, the people that are involved with it, that are trying to make the sequel happen, I'm not bragging in any way, but it's just we're kind of beyond.
It's above my pay grade.
Crowdsourcing. It's just like they're either going to do it. They're either going to do it, or they're not. I don't want it to be crowdfunded because of what that means didn't work, if that makes sense. But so right now we have to kind of let it breathe and let Scott and the people at Powers That Be do their job, and we're working hard on it. But I mean, again, anytime you can mention the film, anytime you can keep it up and keep it in the zeitgeist and in the culture, that helps. If somebody goes to search for it,
You share it with you share it with a friend. I mean, that's why it is still live. That's why it's a thing. Is you've got this
Rate
back
it on
park film.
IMDb,
Yeah,
like
you know,
talk about it.
share
on
with a
lists of
friend, and you
movies.
turn somebody else on.
Yeah.
Well, like Brian was saying, we just cannot thank you enough for being here, spending your time here, and for creating such a wonderful piece of art. We are super excited for whatever comes from this. We just can't thank you enough, and please give it up one more time for Nathan and Dave.
Hell yeah.
They'll feed you a taco for $20. Like, how about that? That'll be a little crowdfund right here.
Sign my taco.
Sign your taco. Oh my God, we'll sign your taco. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. A special shout out to Evil Izzy's. Yes, absolutely. Make sure to go to Scaredycast.com. We have so many absolutely wonderful events coming up. And then too, of course, go see Wait For It. What is it on again?
Gather.com, no E.
Gather,
watch it.
Gather.com.
You'll love it.
And please give yourselves a round of applause as well. Thank you so much for spending
Thank you,
your Saturday night with
guys.
us. Have a great night. Be safe. We'll see you next time.